When you envision a Texas hill country town, what do you see? I mean, besides hills, of course. Maybe a quaint downtown, a crystal river with banks of towering cypress and dangling rope swings, Texas history, stories all around you. Not to mention lots of places to kick back and soak in that sweet Texas breeze. Am I right? Well, you just pictured our destination.
Kerrville, the ville on a hill.
This episode was made for y'all with the help of our awesome partners. Check the caption for more info. Kerrville sits about 120 miles west of Austin and 90 miles from San Antone in the western reaches of the Texas Hill Country.
Welcome, y'all, to Brownsboro. Oh, wait, actually, you may know it as Kerrville, but that was its original name after its first settler, Joshua Brown. Now, not wanting to steal all the glory, he renamed the town after his best friend to Kerrsville. Yeah, that sounds kind of funny, doesn't it? Everybody thought so, so they collectively decided to drop the S, and here we are in Kerrville. Now, a couple decades later, the town's most influential family came to town, and since the 1860s, they've been bringing a bit of high culture out here to the hill country.
For the most part, downtown Kerrville feels like classic small town stuff. But take, for instance, this coffee shop, Pax. Fashion-forward design, velvet cushions? I mean, that's not typical small town at all. But man, is the espresso good. And across the street, department store windows seem more fit for Fifth Avenue. Inside, you may even think you're in downtown Dallas. But this touch of classy taste is nothing new here in Kerrville, which has everything to do with the name on the building, Schreiner, which is also the name on this building, and this one, and this mansion next door. Named for the original proprietor and pioneer, Charles Armand Schreiner Sr., often called the father of the hill country. He moved to Texas in the 1850s and began building an empire in cattle, banking, and business, all the while giving back to the community in the form of culture and class, and a university, also bearing his name. During that period, downtown Kerrville boomed. I mean, the original H-E-B grocery store was right here. Now, the Hill Country Cafe. Yep, Kerrville history is as deep as Texas is wide. But despite all the recent growth, some things will never change in Kerrville. And one of those is Texas's most beloved jewelry maker, who started here in town, and despite its own massive success, isn't going anywhere. James Avery. This brand has become world-renowned for its beautiful simplicity, highest quality, and Lone Star love.
So if you were wondering whether or not this company had Texas roots, just look at their charm bracelets. We got a Whataburger cup, Texas Strong, and there's a taco charm. Man, that's awesome.
We're visiting their 20-acre headquarters. And more than just a retail store, this place gives an in-depth glimpse into how James Avery became James Avery. And this is his granddaughter, Lindsay Avery Tognetti.
Just down the road, actually about a block away, everything started in a garage. My grandfather and just a little bit of money and very humble beginnings, we always say, and we've grown to this with a lot of support, but we want to show that to our customers as best we can, the history, his life, where we started and where we've gone. So that's the goal.
That's incredible.
In our visitor center.
James's story is an American classic. He was a World War II bomber pilot, flying 44 missions over Germany. After the war, he earned a degree in industrial design, but it was his love for creating that always inspired him.
So Lindsay, was your grandfather always a jewelry maker?
So that's a great question, and really he was an artist. He started off painting, sculpting, drawing. These were actually different chalices made for the Pope. He was commissioned when the Pope came to San Antonio. And
that's amazing.
Yep.
I do love the faith-based undertone running through so much of your grandfather's
And that's
work.
been, very important, and we make sure we honor that as well.
It was actually James's faith that inspired him to create. And so in 1954, he followed his God-given dreams, and as they say, the rest is history.
This is like where it all started, right?
Yep, exactly. A lot of the things that you see here are what we're doing in our manufacturing plants still today. Our designers get inspired, make a sketch.
All right, here we go.
Here you go.
I'm gonna
What are you
do
going
it.
to
I'm gonna
design?
do it. I don't
What's the
know.
next design? This feels like a lot of pressure.
You got to start with a Texas. Oh no. That's bad.
I don't know if that's gonna make it.
That's not bad.
Let me see, let me see.
This needs to come.
That's, ooh.
So maybe I'm not cut out to be in the design chain. Hey, you try freehanding Texas. This museum details the entire manufacturing process. But to give y'all a more in-depth look, well, we're gonna see the actual production floor. We're meeting up with VP of Marketing and Development, Hal Rideout.
Makes me feel like I'm doing something dangerous. I like it. Okay, let's go.
Hal has been with James Avery for over 40 years. And while the technology has changed over the years, well, much of this is still done by hand. Just a lot more hands.
Wow. How many employees are on this floor?
About 368.
Well, it's big, it's bright, it's surprisingly quiet for a production facility.
James Avery always said the people come first, whether it's the customers or the team members. So we go to great lengths to make sure that we create environments that are healthy and productive and fun and interesting to come to.
That's awesome.
And this is where the magic happens, piece by piece, in a technique they call the lost wax process. These molds are used to create perfect wax replicas of the jewelry. They're then glued on a tree and covered in plaster. The plaster hardens and then the wax melts out.
Silver or gold or bronze is injected as a hot molten liquid into the void of the tree, and then that hardens, and now we have a silver or a gold or a bronze tree. Each branch is clipped off the tree, and each piece of jewelry is clipped off the branch. You bet.
Wow.
Now it begins its final journey through the finishing process. Where it's touched by a lot of loving hands of our craftsmen.
And craftsmen they are. Folks like Enrique, who's been with James Avery for 41 years, which alone speaks volumes about this company's values and its commitment to both its people and the traditions that James Avery set in place. It truly is a culture of craftsmen, creating jewelry that will last for generations. And that's an inspiring thing to see. Oh, wait, there's one more very important thing I've forgotten to do.
Okay, you know I had to go back to the retail store, right? You can't day trip to James Avery and not bring the wife back something home. Y'all have wives? Are y'all getting them something?
Yeah.
Yes, you have to say yes. Doves, crosses, poinsettias. Oh, you get your spirit animal. I'll be the lion. Richie, you're the elephant.
What?
And John Mark, you're left with the zebra.
I'm good at blending in, I guess.
And so with that, we've loaded up and are clear to return home when the day is done.
Are you required to bring back gifts? Is that part of your arrangement as being a man of the road, a traveling man?
I thought that was in your wedding vows.
Yeah. Yeah, like
Love, honor, souvenirs.
Gifts. Gifts from afar. No, I am not contractually obligated, but it is in my best interest
There you go.
to bring
There you
home
go.
things. What if I've brought my kids like sweets from everywhere.
Candy's the easy one.
Candy, chocolates.
Daniel brought back chickers. Chickers one day.
I brought back a tapeworm, honey.
Take it from the stripper, not all souvenirs are the same. Now, James Avery is far from the only artist in town. The town is getting fuller every day with interesting artwork. And this includes different sorts of art, made in mediums like food, coffee, beer, and historic preservation. All the art forms of the trade at Pint and Plow. The pint, handcrafted beer. The plow, handcrafted food. The ostriches? I have no idea. But we're meeting up with owner Jeremy Walther to give us the rundown.
Chet, thank you so much for being here. Welcome to Pint and Plow.
Absolutely, man. You lay a flight of beer out and a pretzel in front of me. That's a pretty good reason to sit down with you.
It's hot out. You're not going to have any problem with this beer, I promise. All of
That's
them.
right.
All of them. We brew them intentionally to have a very clean finish.
Oh, that's real.
So you have a sip of it, you get that explosion of flavor, and then it just goes away. And so it makes you want to have another sip, right?
This brewery keeps 6 beers on rotation, each with its own identity, story, and name, such as Chief Chapatulas or Spontaneous Consumption.
We try to make beer that people want to drink. Like, that's the point, right? And the slower that you drink it as well, the more that you get to interact with people. And that's what this place is all about.
I think that's what I love so much about craft beer. The beer is almost a secondary to the kind of the community, the hanging out. We're almost adopting these German styles of beer gardens, big open spaces to
Families.
Yeah,
right?
that's
Bring
it.
in the families. We want to be a place where young people can come hang out, older people can come hang out, kids can come hang out. And so food, incorporating food into that was really important. Like, we knew we wanted to have food.
And so we come to the Plow. They specialize in artisan pizza, scratch-made pretzels, and locally raised pulled pork sandwiches.
We're all about the connections, right?
Yeah,
We want
yeah.
people to connect to the land that they live on, right? And so a way to taste the land, one way is to eat protein that was raised on that land.
And so all the pork comes from one family farm 12 miles down the river. But that still doesn't explain these guys.
So why the ostriches?
They're our spirit animal. Like, that's just the shortest way to say that.
You don't own an ostrich? Like there wasn't a ghost ostrich
I don't even
in
know
here
if I've
when you
ever
were-
met an ostrich, but they are just our spirit animal.
Easy enough, I guess. About as easy as knowing I definitely want a pulled pork sandwich for lunch.
All right, man. Already enjoyed the pint. Now it's time to enjoy the plow. I mean, pulled pork from Kerr County. It's on a homemade roll. Oh, dude. Man, if you want to eat local, it doesn't get much more local than this. Ooh, that's good. Definitely the tastiest plow that I've ever put in my mouth. It's a pretty good pint, too. Mucho delicioso.
We now interrupt this programming to remind you to like and subscribe. Now back to the road.
Now that we're fed, we head to Kerrville's largest art installation. In fact, it's one of the largest in the United States, and it's known as the Coming King Sculpture Prayer Gardens. Whether you're a Christian or not, this place is something to see. It began when local sculptor Max Schreiner Jr. was gifted a vision, and then, through the generosity of others, was gifted donations of everything from money to land to make that vision a reality, which is much more than just the cross that grabs everyone's attention.
There is Jesus, and this place is really all about him, the coming king. And so it's laid out like a cross, and it's truly unique. I mean, there's a ton of work that has gone into this place. And so you follow this pathway, and you're led through the Bible, through these verses, written in English, Spanish, and German. You go out to the corners of the cross. Over there, you learn about the character of Jesus, how he came to serve others, washed his disciples' feet. And here's the cross.
A monumental work of steel to inspire people to both look up and look within. 77.7 feet tall and empty to symbolize that Jesus didn't stay on the cross, but rose again. To the Christian, this is a place to reflect on your faith. To the non-Christian, well, this may all seem strange, but I think it's good to take time and learn about things we don't understand, especially each other's faiths. And speaking as a Christian myself, if you take away anything, I want it to be this.
Ein neues Gebot gebe ein auf das. Oh wait, sorry, that's the German one. Never mind. All right, let me read the English one to you. A new commandment I give to you, that you love one another as I have loved you, that you also love one another. I mean, so often we clutter Christianity and forget what it's all about, and it's about loving one another. It's awesome.
It's hotter than I want it to be.
Oh, that's very true.
It's hotter than...
Very true.
It's hotter than anyone wants it to be. Even the people who live here. Even the native... Kerrville? I can't be right.
Kerrvillians.
Kerrvillians?
Cavalians.
John Mark, what do you say?
I think it's Kerrvillians. Part Kerr, part Villian.
That's a bad guy. Like in a movie, the Kerrvillians are the ones that are going to come attack your village.
Totally. The Kerrvillians and the Romulans.
Yeah. They're in Star Trek, right?
That's very true.
Well, whatever they're called, we're leaving them behind and heading up the river to the neighboring city of Ingram, known by many as West K or West Kerrville. But we're looking for another monumental sculpture in a slightly lesser-known monumental form.
Okay, so Stonehenge 1 is in England. Stonehenge 2 in Ingram. All right, England, Ingram. Don't get the two confused. But look at it, and I'd say overall, our Stonehenge is doing quite well, even better than the one that's across the pond. You know, this one is about 4,000 years younger, but you know, who's counting? Age is just a number.
Stonehenge 1 was built by Neolithic people, likely as a burial ground. Stonehenge 2, built by two guys named Al and Doug, pretty much just for fun.
So it is believed that the people who built Stonehenge back in like 2500 BC ascribed great astronomical and celestial importance to where the different rocks were placed, meaning that at certain times of year, these stones would align with the sun and the stars and the vortex of the universe to give people, I'm told, special powers.
I thought it was a big
Guess
calendar.
Well, that's part of it, but special powers is the better thing for TV. Oh. And so I checked the calendar. You know what today is, Richie?
It's the
summer solstice. Summer solstice. We're at Stonehenge on the summer solstice. Right now, there are people at Stonehenge 1 in England celebrating the summer solstice. We're going to try
to teleport.
We're going to try to teleport and harness the powers of the universe. Let us harness the power of the sun. We have to stand in the immediate center. Power of the summer sun! Did y'all get anything?
No, I didn't feel anything.
Did y'all?
No.
Do you need some kind of staff or like...
You know what we do? We do need crystals. Find some crystals. Everybody, look around on the ground. All right, look. You hold one crystal.
What?
You hold a crystal.
Oh,
okay. Maybe it's a triangle in the vortex. Ready? Power of the sun! Did y'all get anything?
No, mine doesn't even like sparkle or nothing.
It's a little sparkly.
Okay, well, Neolithic life isn't for everyone, I guess. Hey, superpowers are always worth a shot.
Power of the sun!
So Ingram is a separate small town with its own historic district. The thing it shares most with Kerrville is that sweet Guadalupe River. Although I think Ingram has the best place to get in the river.
All right, man, here we are. So this is the Ingram Dam. It's like the hill country's greatest water slide. Look at those dudes. Oh, maybe don't look at those dudes.
The free-flowing water has laid down a thick coat of algae and turned an otherwise boring dam into a slip-sliding Guadalupean good time.
So I could just go ahead and jump in, which I've done that many times. But in my age, I've learned the wiser rule, which is ask the locals how to do it.
The main thing is keeping your body centered. Don't lean too far forward and don't lean too far back. Keep your feet like sideways on the when you're going down. Bend your knees.
Bend the knees.
Make sure you don't spin.
Oh!
You might fall on your head. You broke his jaw. I broke my jaw.
Your jaw!
Yes, sir.
I gotta protect this moneymaker, man.
I'm not so sure that was helpful, but thanks, guys.
Those kids were like 17 years old, man.
And you are...
I am 38 years old, so I got a few years experience on them, but it's evidently not making me that much wiser. But I'm gonna go anyway, all right? Here it goes.
Try it.
Best to start nice and easy.
That was awesome, but I gotta say, sliding down the dam is the easy part. Getting back up the dam is the hard part. That's actually way scarier than going down. I think it's time to try on the feet. What do you think?
Try it.
Yeah, baby.
Go goofy with the hat.
Something, I don't know. I'm just trying to get my confidence up. Does this make me look more confident?
Yeah, it does. Yeah.
All right.
Nope. And nope. And a whole bucket of nope. This is a lot harder than it looks, but, I'm not going to complain, because any afternoon spent splashing in the Texas River is a good afternoon. If you don't want to slide the dam, well, just follow the road upriver and pick your spot to jump in. There's literally no wrong decision. But if you follow the river far enough, well, you'll eventually end up in the town of Hunt, where the only correct decision is to stop in at the Hunt store.
Oh, yes, here we are. The Hunt store. Man, this place is legendary. Man, check out these walls. I mean, on this side of the building, I can buy mayonnaise and canned soup. Right here in the middle, I can get a cold beverage. And over on this side, I can do my banking. This is wild. I'm told this is the only bank in America where you can legally drink a beer while you do your banking. I might actually switch banks for that very reason. But I'm really here for what's going on back here, the food.
For generations, this store has been all things to the hill country folks of Hunt. Not just the grocery store, bank, and bar, but a community center and a gathering place. And even though current owner John Dunn just took it over in 2013, well, he knows he's carrying on a much older tradition.
The Hunt store is kind of iconic.
Absolutely.
I mean, it's been around for how long?
1946.
Okay.
1946, yep. The store is a community center. It's an emergency center.
Yeah.
It's for birthdays, it's for concerts, family reunions. Gentleman Jack Parks, the previous owner, he told me before he passed away, he said, John, you're not the owner of the store, you're the steward. And you're guiding it, and you're going to make it better, and you're going to hand it off to the next steward, okay? But that's your role, and just understand that in the community.
And make it better he has, especially when it comes to the food.
What do we have here, man?
All right, Chet, these are two of our favorites. We have chicken fried venison. It's actually Neil Guy, South Texas antelope. This, our hot crunchy shrimp. The secret on that is the sauce that's underneath.
Ooh,
mango aioli sauce.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That's a totally different batter than I'm used to on fried shrimp,
Yes,
right?
absolutely.
Adds a
Yep.
little extra.
Yep.
So, people come in off the street to a place like this with a lot of dead stuff on the wall and beer signs. Like, they're not going to expect this kind of food. You expect to get like a little greasy burger, maybe some couple day-old brisket that's kind of in a crock pot.
You're right. So I keep it looking like it looks.
Yeah.
Keep the expectations low. It's a hamburger joint.
Yeah. Oh, but if you want to try.
But if you want to try the Neil Guy, it's pretty good too.
Old timers in small towns usually start complaining when things start changing. But with John's laid-back style and undeniably awesome cooking, well, there ain't a complaint in the building.
All right, here we are. Hunt store. I don't know they got a lot of fancy food on the menu, but this is Texas. I'm in the mood for a Texas thing. I'm going chicken fried. Look at this table I'm eating it on. This thing is massive.
Whoa.
It's a huge cypress trunk. The tree itself's probably 150 years old, and it's probably right there. All right, so here we go, man. Chicken, frying it up. Solid chicken fried steak right there. Delicious. Tender meat, crispy crust, well cooked. Oh, tasty. I think the last time I came to the Hunt store was like a decade ago, and let me tell you, they were not serving food like this. So if it's been a while since you've been to the Hunt store, well then you ain't been to the Hunt store yet. You need to come on back.
There must be something about being in such a naturally beautiful place that inspires folks to create. From the small and intricate to the massive and even monumental. This town of Kerrville is truly something special, and the memories anyone can create here are as free and abundant as the hill country air.
Oh, hey, not bad, Todd. All right, so from out here in the sticks of Kerr County, I will see all y'all out on the road. Via con Dios, amigos. Incoming. Bam! Swish! I'm just kidding. I didn't even hit the board. Woohoo!
Howdy, y'all. Follow along with my adventures at Chet Tripper on Instagram and at The Day Tripper TV on Facebook and YouTube. Or head to thedaytripper.com for travel guides, past episodes, and info on our mobile app and Team Day Tripper.
This episode was made for y'all with the help of our awesome partners. Check the caption for more info. Howdy y'all, Chet the Day Tripper here. Thanks so much for tripping with us. Remember, while you're here, like this video, subscribe to our channel so that we can stay out there on the road and keep on tripping. Did we miss anything in this town? Leave us a comment, let us know. We love finding out about new stops with all of your tips. And if you love Epic Texas Day Trips, remember to check our channel. We got a lot of them on there. Also, don't forget, if you want some sweet Day Tripper merch or another cool Texas-made product, come see us in Georgetown at the Day Tripper World Headquarters. You can also shop online if you check the link down there in the caption. All right, y'all. Bye con Dios, amigos.